I got my daughter arrested on her 18th birthday. 2 weeks before her 18th birthday, I was folding laundry when my daughter burst through the front door so hard it cracked against the wall. She grabbed my arm and pulled me outside and pointed at her car. There was a key scratch running the entire length of it, and when I ran my fingers across it, I could feel how deep the grooves were. Tessa did this, Mom. She keyed my car. Tessa lives 3 houses down, and the two of them grew up together until about a year ago, when my daughter said she changed. She buried her face into my shoulder, and I could feel her tears soaking through my shirt. She's going to ruin my birthday, Mom. I know it. I had been this girl's only parent since she was 3. I worked doubles so she could have that car. She was my entire world. I'll handle this, baby. I promise. She pulled back and her eyes were red, but her mouth was curling into something that didn't match the tears at all. I knew you'd believe me, Mom. You always do. First thing the next morning, I went to Tessa's house and banged on the front door. Her father opened it and Tessa was behind him in the hallway, and I almost didn't recognize her. She was thinner than the last time I saw her, and her eyes were so swollen they were nearly shut. Your daughter keyed my daughter's car, and if you don't pay for the damage, I'm calling the police. Tessa opened her mouth and I watched her jaw move, but nothing came out. She tried again and her lips were shaking, and I could see her pressing her fingernails into the sides of her legs and still no sound. Her father reached over and put his hand on her shoulder, and she flinched away from him so hard she bumped into the wall. Her own father. She flinched from her own father's hand. He pulled back like he was used to it and turned to me with his chin trembling. Please, just let me explain what's been going on. There's nothing to explain. Handle your kid before I handle it for you. I walked out before either of them could say another word. When I got back, my daughter was on the couch scrolling her phone. She didn't look up. Did you make them cry? I stopped because that was a strange thing to ask. I handled it. Good. Tessa deserves worse, honestly. A girl like her thinks she can just take whatever she wants from someone like me and nothing happens. What do you mean take whatever she wants? She looked up at me for the first time and smiled. Don't worry about it, Mom. I've got it under control. The night of the party, I was in the backyard when I heard one of her friends yell, "There she is," from the porch. Tessa was walking past our house with her head down and her arms wrapped tight around herself like she was trying to disappear. My daughter and 4 friends were on the porch with their phones pointed right at her. Tessa flinched so hard she almost tripped off the curb and the group laughed, but my daughter didn't. She just watched with this calm look that made something cold crawl up my spine. I walked up the steps. What was that about? She looked right at me. Nothing, Mom. Go back to the party. She walked her friends through the front door and shut it behind her, and I stood on my own porch listening to them giggle on the other side, feeling like I was losing control of something I couldn't name. That look wouldn't leave my head because it was the same look from the driveway and the same look from the couch, and I was done telling myself I was imagining things. I went through the back door and searched the house, but she wasn't anywhere. I was heading back outside when I saw Tessa's father at the back gate, out of breath with sweat on his face. I just watched those girls surround my daughter on the sidewalk from my front yard. He grabbed my arm and pulled me behind the shed. His hands were shaking so hard he could barely hold his phone. Tessa showed me everything this morning, and I was trying to figure out what to do. And then I saw what just happened and ran over here. He showed me a group chat called Tessa's Fan Club with over 30 kids in it that my daughter had created. I grabbed the phone and started scrolling. The first message was a poll asking who could make Tessa cry at lunch first. 43 votes. The next was a list of kids assigned to follow her home from school and film her walking alone. Then I got to the pictures and my hands started shaking. One showed Tessa in the cafeteria holding her lunch tray, and every kid at the table had their back turned to her. The next was her at a different table getting the same thing, and another, and another. The last picture was Tessa sitting on a bathroom floor with her tray on her lap eating by herself. My daughter had told every kid in that chat not to let Tessa sit down, and I scrolled back through almost a year of messages, and Tessa never responded once. I kept going even though I felt like I was going to be sick. Then I saw the message that buckled my knees, and I grabbed the fence to stay standing. My daughter had written, "Tessa has to walk past my house to go anywhere. Birthday party is the finale. When she comes by, we surround her on the sidewalk. Get your phones ready." I swiped one more time and saw a photo of my daughter's car with the scratch on it that she sent to the chat the morning before she came home crying to me. The caption said, "Just keyed my own car, LOL, watch how fast my mom goes to war for me." Got her to scream at Tessa's dad in front of Tessa. He almost cried. My mom is literally my puppet. I stood behind that shed feeling like the ground opened up underneath me because she didn't just fool me. She bragged about it to 30 kids. Her father wiped his eyes. My daughter stopped eating. She won't walk to school by herself. She begs me every morning to stay home. His voice broke. I tried to tell you all of this the day you showed up at my door. You wouldn't let me speak. He told me to keep the phone. I come around the shed and my daughter is back on the porch steps, and her friends are moving through the gate toward the sidewalk where Tessa is walking past, and they are spreading out to block her path, just like the message said. Tessa slows down because she sees them coming. I take off across the yard and grab my daughter's arm. She spins around. "Mom, what are you doing? Let go of me." I hold up the phone with the group chat on the screen. "Tessa's Fan Club. You made this." She laughs. "Oh my God, are you serious right now? It's my birthday." I pull her inside and the door slams and I can hear the music thumping through the walls. "You keyed your own car. You cried in my arms and made me scream at Tessa's father while Tessa stood right there watching." She yanks her arm free. "So what? She's a nobody who took the one guy I actually liked. A girl like Tessa doesn't just get to have things that belong to me." I hold the caption inches from her face. "You sat in my arms and sobbed, and the whole time you were laughing about it with 30 kids." She looks me dead in the eyes. "And you fell for every single bit of it. Honestly, Mom, it was so easy I almost felt bad. You want to know the funniest part? Tessa used to talk about you all the time. She told everyone you were like a second mom to her. And then I got her own second mom to show up at her door and scream at her." I pull out my phone and dial. The smirk dies. "Wait, what are you doing?" I give the address. dress. She grabs my arm and her nails dig into my skin. Mom, please. You're going to ruin my life. I'm your daughter. I'm your little girl. I don't look at her. When the knock comes, she goes still. I open the door and hand the officers the phone. My daughter slides down the hallway wall to the floor. Mom, tell them I didn't do anything. Mom, look at me. I don't turn around. They tell her to stand up and she is shaking and her makeup is smeared down her cheeks, and she keeps looking at me waiting for me to stop this. I don't. They walk her out and every kid in the backyard is staring through the fence as they put her in the back of the car. She presses her face against the window and mouths the word mom one more time. I go inside and sit at the kitchen table and the music is still playing. Tessa started seeing a counselor that fall. My daughter spent her 18th birthday in a holding cell. She has never once said Tessa's name.